The Pittsburgh Steelers made an offseason gamble, and that gamble is starting to impress absolutely everyone. And when the Pittsburgh Steelers drafted offensive tackle Troy Fautanu, that was in the first round in 24, this last draft. And the hope was that he'd become a starter sooner than later. The thought was whether it was at left tackle or right tackle. And here's the thing saying that it was a gamble because drafting a left tackle when you already did the same in the first round last year, then expecting him to move to the right side, also having a player that many scouts have considered a guard. That's a huge gamble with a first rounder. And it seems to be paying off already. And what's up? This is Sports Talk Steelers. We are a new community here. Join the family, like and subscribe. We're driving towards 1,000 subscribers. So hit us up here. So this guy, I think he's turning heads already because he just practiced with the ones yesterday. And on a team with a head coach like Mike Tomlin, a guy who I would say is notoriously hesitant to hand starting jobs to rookies immediately. I mean, look at the handling of Joey Porter Jr. The Steelers' first rounder, though, he got in with the ones once again yesterday. And we're getting to look at what this line is going to look like in the regular season. So here's the thing with him. He's the 20th overall pick from Washington. He sort of fell into the Steelers' lap on draft night. I mean, but picking him was something that the Steelers were more than happy to do. Super pleased with him being there. And it's just kind of an obvious case of just drafting the best player available and saying, we'll figure it out later. That's what it feels like. And this player, Fautanu, he's actually a natural at left tackle in college, but it's just so weird. He's not going to be playing that position in Pittsburgh. So he was running with the first team one day after he was with the twos in his first camp session. And with Fautanu, I can't say the word. That's a hard last name, right? Sliding in at right tackle. The Steelers moved 2023 first round pick and tackle Broderick Jones to left tackle, giving some insight into what Pittsburgh's long-term approach will be for these young linemen. And unfortunately for the rookie, immediately matched up against superstar edge rusher TJ Watt. What do you think happened, right? It didn't go well. And he got beat by TJ Watt around the edge, and it's like, welcome to the show, rookie. And not only does Fautanu have to learn a new position now, he's also got to battle veteran offensive tackle Dan Moore Jr. for the starting spot as well. And I kind of want to spend some time looking into that. I mean, Moore, he's also a natural left tackle. Doesn't have the upside that Fautanu does, obviously, but he has some experience. And that was thought to give him the upper hand, at least at the very beginning of camp. But looking at yesterday, if that's a litmus test to the future, kind of looks like Fautanu is going to end up being the starter from the beginning. And this upgrade to the first team offense, it's going to kick Dan Moore down. And if you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, that really should happen. If you watched Moore last year, it was absolutely painful. Just a train wreck, a dumpster fire for Pittsburgh on the left side last season. Gave up 8 sacks, 55 total pressures in 535 pass block snaps, which is not a good number. And that's per PFF. I think as Steelers fans, you should absolutely want zero part in Moore starting again in 2024. So here's where the Steelers line is at for like a full lay of the land. So we've got last year's first round pick, Broderick Jones, drafted with the goal of being at left tackle. This year's first round pick is Fautanu, played at left tackle at Washington, but now he's switching over to the right side. He's going to back up Jones, at least to start the season. I think he's going to start from day one. But and if Moore should get moved to the bench, here's the issue with this line. And this is what I don't like. He's going to become the swing tackle backup, but the problem is he doesn't swing because he doesn't play right tackle well. We saw that last year, and the team prefers to keep him on the left side. So that means if Jones should get hurt, Moore goes back in at left tackle. Fautanu were to get hurt. you're gonna look at Jones coming out of his position on the left side, going back over to the right side, more going up back to the left side, and it's just not gonna be good for development. There's gonna be this musical chairs, and it's just the lack of versatility and more. I think that's a real problem with the line, in my opinion. And it's Moore's lack of position flexibility. That's the real sticking point on this whole line. Wants to be a left tackle. Head coach Mike Tomlin is on record last year saying that he already knew that he was significantly better there when he's on the right side. And this kind of, let's hear it from Moore. If it comes to that, it comes to that, but I haven't been told anything, so I'm just going to keep working on the left side. So for now, it's Jones that's faced with the prospect of moving back and forth. Fatanu's learning a new position coming out of college. And let's go to a cheerier subject. Fatanu, he is a great kid. He's got a great attitude. And let's hear from him when he talked to reporters coming into camp. I've been counting down the days to get back. The month-long break was a lot longer for me because in college, they only give us a week off. So I felt like I was kind of just sitting around. If it wasn't working out, I'm excited to be here and ready to go. I was at my apartment earlier today in that hour-long drive here. I had butterflies in my stomach. I was nervous. I felt like the first day of school. And once again, natural spot is at left tackle. Going to take some work. He seems up to the challenge, though, and this is what he has to say about that. Just hone in my craft, man. Continuously getting reps at whatever I need to work on. The difference between left and right, it's just switching up the footwork. That might sound easier than it actually is, but yeah, it's difficult. But I know it'll come with time. I'm just ready to take on the challenge. And another funny thing from camp, he was really impressed with the accommodations. But on an old school team like Pittsburgh, he's going to get the rookie treatment sooner or later, right? That guy that just beat you on the first play of your camp career, TJ Watt, you very well might be carrying his pads at practice very soon. So let's hear from Troy. I thought it was cool. It was a lot bigger than I thought. And this is when he was asked about his dorm room accommodations. I thought we were going to get bunk beds. Someone is going to be sleeping on top. Someone was going to be sleeping on the bottom. But I got my own room, so that's pretty cool. I thought they were going to give me that rookie treatment, but they kind of let me off easy. I don't think that's going to continue. So this guy, just to kind of close, polarizing prospect going into the draft, disagreement about which position he would play in the pros. He played primarily tackle at Washington, but so many scouts projected him as a guard going forward because he's just doesn't have the prototypical height. Fatanu told absolutely every team he would line up anywhere, even center. That says a lot about who he is as far as being a team guy. That's it. The center's the one offensive line position where he's never played previously. So that even says more about his character. But Pittsburgh needed a center. Some immediate speculation that it would move Fatanu there after the pick. But guess what? Embarrassment of riches. Pittsburgh got the ultimate get. They got Frazier at center to fill that spot. And that's just a fantastic draft this last year. It's kind of sick. But Tomlin quickly put all that talk to rest. He declared Fatanu a tackle in a news conference immediately and rebuffed any suggestions to the contrary. So it was almost like Coach T saying, I got your back, man. And the rookie wants to be here. He's thankful. I appreciate that, Troy said. I'm super grateful to be given the opportunity, and I'm going to make the most of it for sure. You're looking at a player that has an incredible work ethic. He has a desire to defer to coaching. He's shown that. He has humility. He's like, whatever, I'm a team guy. I'll play wherever you want me. That's always been the book on him, and it goes all the way back to his high school years. And it kind of closed, let's hear from Fatanu one more time. That's just who I've been. The coaches I learned from, my coaches back in high school, I learned that hard work and grit from them and carried it into my college and now the pros. You can have all the talent in the world, but if you're not down to get in the trenches and work consistently, then you've got nothing. And I couldn't have said it better. This guy gets it. It looks like Coach Tomlin's going to go against the grain with previous years. he's going to let this guy get in, get his uniform dirty, and start with ones from day one. And we'll see how this offensive line shakes out. I mean, I'm not a coach. Maybe the best thing is to have these number one picks being on the right and left side and playing a little out of position. Maybe that's going to work really well, but I trust Coach Tomlin to do the right thing. And I'm going to have optimism that this is going to work out perfectly. You guys, thank you for being so generous with your time with this brand new channel. I want to be your source for all things Pittsburgh Steelers, and we're going to have some fun in between. So see you guys, enjoy camp, and we'll talk soon. See ya.